All right. Now I said it before, I'll say it again. You can't talk retention without talking about subscription and subscription products. We did see an example earlier with the option of subscribe and save for some brands, but sometimes you want to offer a product as a subscription first and foremost, or you want to figure out how to tie subscriptions into ancillary products that you sell outside of maybe a core offer. That's what we're going to hear about right now from Chase from Recharge. Chase, how's it going?
It's going excellent. How are you?
Hey, doing good. It's been a great 2 days, and we need to cover this topic. Stat. I feel like we should have had you on earlier, to be honest, because right around the concept of loyalty and community and referring others, if we can get them to kind of not have to think about paying us money, I think that's the real secret to subscription, right? It's not a trick. It's not like you want to hide a subscription from people. You want them to know all about their subscription and what they're paying for. But if I have to actually go and purchase a renewable product or even a discovery product every month and I have to go back to the site and buy, it's going to be a pain in the butt to retain me. I'm going to forget at some point. And so, of course, that is like the core concept of what Recharge solves for. And today we'll talk about like how to improve these metrics. And if you didn't see Val's churn calculator, the zombies over it was like the wealthy, it kind of looked like Aladdin themed, like the wealthy elite or something like that. But yeah, all right. With all that said, if you want to share your screen, I'll pass it over to you.
Absolutely. Let me just
find the right tab to share.
Yep. Find the right tab.
I've only got a few open right now myself.
Does that work?
This works if you want to go fuller screen. Actually, you're sharing the whole screen. If you want
sharing the whole screen.
Yeah, if you want to change it to, you can actually do Chrome tab. Take that off. Hit stop share at the bottom middle, and then reshare. Go to the third tab over, and it'll be like share a Chrome tab or something like that.
Got it. Chrome tab. Okay. Sorry about this.
No worries.
Couple technical difficulties.
Looks great. Perfect.
Okay. But I need my slides up. Give me just one sec. Okay. Double checking. How's that?
Looks great. Awesome.
Okay.
We're good to go.
All right. Good to go. I was going to say, Derek, you're stealing all my thunder. You're giving us all the intro. You're talking about all things subscription. You're doing this for me. I don't even need to present here. So thank you for the intro, Derek. My name is Chase Alderton, Growth Marketing Manager at Recharge Payments. Recharge is the leading provider for subscription billing software on Shopify, on BigCommerce, and for headless solutions. We're guided by the mission to power subscriptions for the fastest growing brands, including Native Deodorant, Love Every, Oatly, BattleBox. Over 15,000 merchants currently use Recharge. Those merchants ship to over 20 million subscribers worldwide. And altogether, we've processed over $5 billion through the Recharge platform. So today's topic is non-traditional subscription models, which I understand is a bit confusing. It's not very straightforward. So we're going to walk through that in detail with a focus on growing average order value and also lifetime value, which are two of the most important metrics to track for subscription brands. So last thing before I hop in, I want to make this as engaging as possible for you. I realize that I'm sure you've sat through a bunch of presentations by now, and just kind of the monotony of slide after slide it gets a little boring. So I want you to ask questions. I want you to put in the comments there. Derek is going to gather all of them and ask questions there at the end. So please ask questions. I'm happy to take all the questions at the end. And if we don't get through all of them, I'll give you my email, LinkedIn, Twitter info, and we can connect at a different time and set up some time to chat. So last thing before we dig into non-traditional models, I think it's important to cover the basics of subscription models. So let's start there. So at Recharge, we categorize subscriptions in three ways: curation, replenishment, and access. The most popular type historically, and the one that we see that really sparked the subscriptions movement back in the day, is the curated box or curation. So these are boxes that are filled with various products from all over the place, picked by the brand and sent to the customer at a regular interval, whether that's every month, every week, every quarter, whatever it is. The value prop here is the surprise and delight feeling. So customers subscribe to get quality products delivered without having to worry about or choose exactly what those products are. Few examples of brands who do this well are Short Par 4, which is a golf-themed apparel box. I recently got into golf and I've been subscribing to this. It's fantastic. I don't have to worry about what shorts or what shirt or anything. I just get sent. It's great. Carnivore Club is another example. They are a meats and cheeses box, so you get to be sent a bunch of different varieties of things to try. Or Curator, which is a female fashion and jewelry box founded by Rachel Zoe. Number two is replenishment. So this is the second most common. This is kind of the flip side of curation. So instead of getting a box shipped to you with a bunch of different things, replenishment is one item over and over and over and over again. So before you think that that's boring, think of things like supplements, or think of things, I actually have a t-shirt subscription, things that you use every day. Pet food is a great example. So it gives shoppers the ability to subscribe and save, nice little plug there, by receiving a discount for having the same product sent to them. So merchants who offer consumables are the best fit for this type. Blue Land is a great example, which is laundry and dishwashing detergent, cleaning products, things like that. Wild deodorant or native deodorant, as I mentioned earlier, or I talked about supplements is a great example. So both curation and replenishment together make up about 90% of all businesses on Recharge. The final subscription type is what we're referring to when we talk about this non-traditional side, or this access type. So access, also called membership, which is kind of what we're going to dive into. Although it accounts for only 10% of brands on Recharge currently, it's the fastest growing subscription type year over year we've seen for the last 3 years. So again, also known as the membership model, instead of selling a product on subscription, you're actually selling access to a gated portion of your store, or just access to the store in general. It doesn't need to be a portion of the store. So once prospective customers actually subscribe to the brand, that'll unlock a variety of options for them how to purchase physical products. So, know it's a little confusing. Let's walk through a couple examples on Recharge and off Recharge, because there's a couple really easy ones. So Amazon Prime is probably the easiest example to understand. So we're going to start there. So when you purchase Amazon Prime, you're not actually buying a product. You're buying access to, I believe their model is 2-day shipping, free shipping, and a bunch of gated products. You can only buy certain products if you're on Amazon Prime, not just regular Amazon. Without Prime, you can still buy a large majority of those products. You're just missing out on those added benefits. Peloton's another great example. The bike or the treadmill is the actual product. The subscription model is where you purchase, again, access, love a good pun, to the instructor-led classes. So there's no free shipping or discounted products or anything like that. Peloton doesn't sell a physical subscription product, but their model is purely gated content. So they have all this stuff on their site. You can take these live classes, you can take recorded classes, but you can't get access to it until you actually subscribe to their brand. So you can still ride the bike or run without it. It's just a simple piece of equipment. There's no additional functionality there. Two examples using Recharge, Minky Couture and Pella Case. Shifting to D2C brands is a better example of actually physical product. So Minky Couture, give a little background, is a D2C blanket company, which is not something you would think would be sold on subscription. Most people don't need a blanket delivered to them every month. So the company was founded when the founder's daughter was in the hospital, actually. She started knitting for all the patients that were in the hospital. Soon after that, it was kind of a hit. She started knitting for family, she started knitting for friends, and then she grew a business out of it. So in order to get in on this fast-growing subscription movement, she adopted a membership program. Minky created what they call the Hugs program, very applicable. So they do $20 per month. That $20 a month unlocks first access to new items that are launched on their store. So when they do upload new items for sale, they actually gate them, and you can only buy them if you're a subscriber. Also gives you 45% off all products online, gives you free shipping, and it gives you $20 monthly store credit. So that's the huge piece of this that I want to dial in on, is that monthly store credit. So before I even dial in, let's take a quick step back. You can build a membership model to be whatever you'd like. You can adapt and you can twist and you can tweak these benefits to be offering whatever kinds of things you like. Essentially, you want to create something that's valuable to the end customer. So what a couple of these brands that we're going to analyze do is they charge you $20 a month. Instead of just taking that $20 like Amazon Prime does, I think it's $8 or $12, whatever it is, and saying, okay, great, there's your access. Now you can do whatever you want. That $20 a month that you spend on Minky gets directly attributed back to your customer portal, back to your account in the form of rewards points. So it's huge because to the subscriber, they're getting immediate value. You're not paying for just the benefits. You're actually getting credited back for that membership fee. So it's a huge value to customers. It feels like there's really nothing to lose. You might as well pay into this, get all the benefits out of their membership model, and then you still have that $20 monthly store credit. Quick couple stats on Minky. In the first 3 months after launching their Hugs program, they grew to over 3,000 subscribers. So a huge number. Anything over 100 or 200 subscribers is a pretty solid success. You get to 3,000 subscribers in a quarter, that's pretty impressive. Also, we're going to talk about average order value a bit later, but $152 for an average order value is insane, seeing as the membership program is only $20 a month. So if you're paying into that order $20 a month, it's an extra $132 on average that people are spending. One more example I'll run through on the Recharge side is a Pella case. We're going to refer back to them a couple different times. So again, iPhone case, not something that would traditionally be sold, month after month after month. So Pella is an eco-friendly cell phone case. So quick background on them. They were founded when the founder's kids were playing on a beach and there was a bunch of trash everywhere. And he wanted to start a company, wanted to do something eco-friendly, decided to give back to the world, found a company that actually sells a quality product, but also is able to deliver an eco-friendly value prop. So they do something similar to Minky. They do $4.95 per month, $4.95 per month. You get 30% off all orders. You get free return shipping if you don't like the case that is sent to you. Priority access to new products again. And they also do this $5 credit, the $4.95 credit right back to your account. So there's no value lost. As soon as you subscribe, that money goes right back to the account and customers can use that at will. So in the same way that they offer that immediate value prop, Pella does the same. A common fear we hear quite frequently at Recharge is that people don't want to commit to subscriptions because of the aversion to canceling or swapping products or skipping their next order. They'd rather just buy one at a time. So with what Pella does is they just create a low barrier to entry. So they'll start super low. It's $5 a month. There's no reason to not subscribe because if you're interested in getting a cell phone case, you might as well spend the $5 a month. You get it immediately charged back. You get the discount. You get free return shipping if you need to. This is all about building the community. This is all about giving the end customer exactly what they want. So there's no reason to cancel. Going back to what Val was saying about keeping those customers highly engaged and keeping them interactive with your brand, this is another great way to do it. Pella's case, as far as stats goes, they grew to 7,000 subscribers, I believe, in 7 months. 60% of those subscribers are still around after 7 months. So it's a huge number. Churn is not very high. Again, we're going to talk about LTV a bit later, but LTV for subscriber purchases is actually 50% higher compared to one-time purchases. So insane numbers here. I want to pause strategically at this slide before we hop into stats because I want to, again, just emphasize, please ask questions. Please talk through your brand. Please talk through, what are things that would work well for my vertical, for my brand. We sell this thing. I'm curious about that. I want to engage. I want to make sure that you guys are getting the most out of this as possible. So hopping into some stats here, average order value is one of the biggest stats we track for subscription brands, for membership brands specifically, but definitely for subscription brands. So memberships, we kind of covered, they're different from regular curation and replenishment models. The customer isn't usually getting a product with each shipment. So you're not trying to increase average order value. For a membership model, you're trying to keep it stable. The goal here on the merchant side is to be able to take a step back, look at your revenue incoming and make sure it's consistent, be able to see that consistent growth, that people are still subscribing to your brand and you're still getting revenue coming in every month, but you're not necessarily shipping products. For the customer, it's super valuable because they don't have to spend a lot of money on a big ticket item up front. They can do this in stages and they can take month 1, month 2, month 3, make sure you gather enough credit there. And then in month 4, use all that credit and purchase an item. So it's kind of reverse layaway if you think it in a certain way for that way. So oftentimes customers, like I just mentioned, will let their monthly credits grow until they've accumulated enough points to make a larger one-time purchase. Great thing about membership models is you don't always have to use them with your credit. So if you do $20, $40, $60 in your 3 months and it's an $80 product, whatever it is, you just apply that $60 worth of credit, put in an extra $20. Average order value goes up because you're actually spending more money on that, but it stays consistent across from month to month to month because you're still making sure that that monthly payment goes through. The key takeaway here is that merchants provide customers with flexibility. They can create loyalty, which in turn decreases churn and extends lifetime value of their customers. One more quick plug before I hop onto the next slide here. This image on the right, Recharge just released our State of Subscription Commerce report. Derek, I forget exactly how it works, but it's attached to my profile or my speaker something on the website somehow. Very easy to get. I have a link in here at the end to make sure that everyone can download this and see. But this is an analysis of 2020 of what we saw in the subscription world. So we saw growth, we saw change, we saw hyper growth in some circumstances. But this graph right here is just a visual depiction based on vertical on how average order value grew or declined from year to year. So you can see there's a handful of verticals that stayed fairly similar, a handful that went up significantly, a handful that went down significantly. A lot of analysis in this report. It's a 60-some page report. It's fantastic data. It's great to pull quotes from. Take a look from that. We'll circle back to that in a little bit.
I'll add the link in just a second.
Perfect. Thank you. One other data point to point to here is lifetime value. So this really is the gold standard metric to track in subscription brands. Across our State of Subscription Commerce report for 2020, we see an average of 11% growth in lifetime value across all verticals. So that means everybody is subscribing more and everybody's staying subscribed more than they were in 2019. Not going to throw too many more stats at you. It's a cool value to essentially see bars are going up and to the right. It's great for growth. So lifetime value defined is essentially the total worth of a customer over the period of time they're subscribed to you as a brand. Quick pause. So best way to get lifetime value to increase, and this will work back to a membership model, is that sharing your why, sharing your mission, sharing your brand, those kind of things really relate to people when they're looking for products to buy. On the one hand, there are people who will just buy products as cheap as possible. One of my favorite examples is a brand called Who Gives a Crap. They sell toilet paper. So obviously, I'm not going to go into the whole toilet paper fiasco of 2020, but people who are looking to buy toilet paper for cheap, or they want their brand or whatever it is, they go to Amazon, they go to Walmart, they go to your local department store, whatever you need, you buy that. Who Gives a Crap is an awesome brand because they give back a lot of products to the environment. They make their products with sustainable products. They for every dollar they make, they give some percentage back to local schools, to local water facilities. They actually build restroom facilities all around the world. I believe they're located in Australia, but awesome brand. So there's a difference in this why versus the what. So you can definitely sell a product and you can make money and you can sell toilet paper and be done, and that's fine. The brands that are going to foster loyalty, the brands that customers will stay with, that will subscribe to, or not even subscribe to, we don't even have to look at this from a subscription lens. The brands that people really latch onto and really become comfortable with are the ones with the why. So Who Gives a Crap's mission is to give back. You can get toilet paper anywhere you want. That's an awesome example of a brand that can really do that. And it tends to see, or at least at Recharge, we tend to see brands that do have a solid why are ones that customers stay longer with, and they actually grow lifetime value even more. So best-in-class subscription brands, these top-tier merchants also focused on, obviously, one, having a greater mission, but two, providing value outside of the transaction. So Pella is a great example. Not only do they offer phenomenal customer experience, but they have the company that was founded on the basis of environmental support. I already mentioned the founder story, so great way to give back there. A lot of people reflect on that, and they can actually align with those things. But not only do customers recognize the quality of their products, but the why of the mission statement is what really separates them. So you can buy a phone case at the mall, you can buy a phone case online, wherever you want. It's the why that really separates them. So membership models have lots of benefits. Ultimately, it's a vehicle to get closer to your customers. I'm going to say that again slower because I know I'm talking very fast. Ultimately, subscriptions and membership models in particular are vehicles to get closer to your customers. Where curation and replenishment models naturally foster relationship building in the subscription world, the access model and the membership model really empowers you as a business to be as close as possible to the community you create around your brand. It's arguably one of the most influential pieces of a company and should be leveraged appropriately. So one of the things I caught at the end of Val's statement, or at the end of Val's presentation there, was that being able to, what was it, that 18% of those really attached, really well bought in customers. Growing a brand is really about enabling everybody to be closer to the brand. Again, I'm kind of repeating myself at this point. A lot of ways to buy whatever product you want. People will look for brands that align with their mission statement and they align with their why. So a couple more examples here, right before we dig into questions at the very end. Brewery is another really cool example. They are LA based, but essentially it's a brewery. Their membership model is providing in-person events. So they were hit really hard through COVID, obviously. They pivoted and they were allowed to ship a bunch of different beers all over the region. I think they're expanding to a couple different states now. But what you get in their membership program is access to events. So when they launch new beers, they'll get a bunch of people together at their brewery. It's access only. You have to be a member of their club. Super, super cool brand. Drink House is another one. They do lower alcohol by volume cocktails and liquors. Really cool brand. It's actually, I subscribe to them. They're delicious. There's a peach passion fruit. It's fantastic. But one of the cool things they do is new releases. So there's not a huge membership program involved with them, but to get the new releases, they sell out very quickly. So if you're a member of their program, you get first crack at whatever they launch. Bon Jovi's fan club is another one. You can't even get a product from their site unless you are a member there. That's a cool one. And then CocoKind does something pretty interesting. They do just a free shipping program. So I pulled a couple different examples here to kind of give you a larger variety of what's possible here. But CocoKind just does free shipping. So I believe it's $4 a month, maybe $5 a month. And all it does is free shipping. So potential ways to work that into your store. Doesn't necessarily have to be a full subscription brand or a full subscription rebuild for your store, but just adding an element, again, kind of keeps your customers closer to you. The last thing I had here is the Recharge demo store. So want to make sure that we give you guys resources and you can actually poke around here. I will walk through this if we don't have questions. Actually, I'll walk through this pretty quickly here. I know I have a couple minutes.
Yeah. Right on.
Just before I do, I want to make sure that we are very clear here. Membership models are not part of Recharge's turnkey solution. It's not easy to just flip the switch and turn it on. That being said, we do have documentation. We do have a demo store. We can show you how to do these things, and it's not that complex, but it does take extra builds. I just want to be very clear because I've seen people come back and say, oh, well, you pitched this whole thing and blah, blah, blah. I just want to make sure. It also does require a loyalty solution. So something like Smile.io, LoyaltyLion, or Yapa. That's kind of the basis of how we track if you're in the club or if you're out of the club is rewards points. So those two things are huge. But outside of that, it's pretty straightforward. You don't need to really have a lot other than just using Recharge. Derek, can you confirm for me that you see this Forma page now?
No, I think we have to X out and then reshare the screen, actually.
Gotcha. Okay, I will do that.
Pull that off. I'm looking forward to seeing this. As you do it, I have to imagine you're building towards a more turnkey membership model.
Yes, we definitely are.
Win. Give me the down low. Spill the bean.
I don't have an exact date for you. I know that it's something between this and bundling. I know we're two things that we're really hyper focused on providing an easier solution for. So keep your eyes open. We're putting out a couple announcements in the very near future.
Okay. All right. We'll wait patiently. I love it. This is awesome.
Okay. Do you see Forma now?
Looks good. Okay.
So we built this site. It's not very well built out, but it's pretty straightforward. This is meant to just show you functionality. So a couple different ways that we can show membership here. So this is assuming someone does not have a membership. So I'm going to show you three different ways to make a membership work here, and three different kind of real life examples. So if you don't have a membership, if you're just poking around the website and you say, cool, I want this product, you can add it to your cart. Do not buy it. We've actually had people send us money and we had to refund them. It's not fun. Just don't buy anything from the store. But you can add this to your cart. It works perfectly. $126, no problem. Let's go back to products again. We're assuming you don't have a membership. You're not logged in. There's no other context there. So now this is a gated product. So you can see it. You cannot buy this skirt. It's members access only. There's no way to buy this unless you are a member. You can go and become a member based on our membership options in here. What we've done for our demo story is we've actually hard coded the login button. So if you click on log in on here, don't need to change your password. Okay, so now it says log out. So now when you go back to products, what we've also done is add in a 20% discount, 10% discount, sorry. So this long coat that was available normally is now just 10% off because we added that in as an option. The flip side is now that this members only skirt you can now buy, also 10% off. Also, we have, so this is an example of a gated piece of content. So we have the content here, it exists on the site, it's just gated, you can't see it. We also have hidden products. So this is a members only tab that only shows up when you are logged in. So the platform can read that you're actually a member, you're a part of the membership model. And so now this is something that you can't even see unless you're a part of a membership. So this is a great example of like early releases. So you launch a product, you want to say, subscribers get first access for a week. So this is something you log in here. Again, it's still 10% off, but you can log in, you can buy this one. And then when you log back out, if you notice on the top, it's just the membership tab. There's no way to get that other white item. So fairly straightforward. Obviously, the UI is not great on here because it's a demo store, but 3 easy ways to make a membership product work. And I can make sure this URL is public, so I can make sure that you guys all have this. You can poke around and see what you like. There's no way to break this, so feel free to log in, log out, check around everything, see what works.
I think, some people might be thinking, okay, fine, that's well and good. What a big deal. But what you just showed to me, I know how important it is to be able to do that. And that was just really cool functionality that everyone saw. So I hope everyone's appreciating how complicated it is to pull that off. And the fact that we can do that with Recharge is amazing. And I think that, if we go all the way back to Tom's session earlier on building a community, having niche products and discounts when logged in for that community can absolutely be huge. And then integrating Recharge with a tool like LoyaltyLion to automatically apply points, discounts, and all that stuff. It all just comes together in this beautiful cohesion that just sells more product and brings the customer a lot more value. So I love it.
You are spot on.
So we look forward to making this turnkey. For now, I'm assuming if I want to do this for my store, we either bring in our own developers, work through some documentation, or I know you have a network of really well-trusted developers as well, right?
Yes, our partner network is one of our strengths at Recharge. I am actually on the partner marketing team, so I have connections there as well. But it's one of our favorite things to talk through is that we provide the platform, but ultimately the customization options and the customizability.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm making up words now. The ability to customize your store is what creates a great experience. You don't want to mimic another store, otherwise that person could just go buy from that store. So creating a unique experience, creating a great customer experience is absolutely paramount. And we have agencies all over the country, all over the world who are top tier at that and experts on Recharge.
I love it. And I know that we had Recharge on, if it's been a few months, talking about the customer dashboard, customer portal on the flip side. So I think between the two things of this membership program and how we can give custom discounts and integrate with loyalty, and then showing those loyalty points in our customer dashboard, making it easy to change, cancel, skip a month, or modify our subscription. Plus, you talked about the bundling functionality that's coming out very soon. And now the native Shopify subscriptions API integration, which I know has been a pain in the butt, but is finally getting to the point where it's solid. I think all of these things bring together a really positive experience, especially for Shopify and Shopify Plus merchants who want to use subscriptions in innovative ways, not just in the straightforward one product, kind of one box kind of thing or something like that, but in the bundling and the discounting and in the membership components. So I love it.
Exactly. And like I said, it's all about creating a good customer experience. So we know that there have been some troubles with the Shopify rollout and making sure that all features are available at all points in time. To me, I'm a silver linings guy, so I just like to flip that and say there's a lot of opportunity that merchants aren't doing these kind of crazy, customizable, unique, awesome things, just because there's a couple problems with how the rollout is going. So we're excited for the future. Obviously, we're super amped to get this thing to full feature parity and be able to present a real live awesome Recharge product. But you can still do all these things using a Recharge API, using our functionality that is built in today. So a lot of opportunity. Go out there and seize it.
Huge flexibility in the platform, which is what I hear about when I hear people switching to Recharge from other platforms. It's because there wasn't enough flexibility. So yeah, I love it. Thanks so much, Chase. We'll be sure to send more people to the subscription download as well. And if you guys are looking to add subscriptions, you can check out Recharge. I'll even drop our link for them in the chat in just a second. We're going to move into our next session. Thanks again, Chase.